you don't have too much to do. Your ego is weak, and it folds the second exposure is required. You can study for hours. You can grind through lectures. You can memorize content. But the moment you have to send a clear message that makes you visible, you stall, you rewrite, you soften, you over-explain. You add apologies you don't even mean. Not because you're confused, because once it's set, it's real. Real means response. Response means adjustment. Adjustment means accountability. And your ego would rather protect pride than tolerate correction. So you sit there pretending you're being careful. No, you're being fragile. Halfway through that spiral, the structure already exists. Chapter 7 already mapped it. So if you're still frozen, it's not workload. It's resistance to being seen imperfect. And exam week doesn't attack weak students. It exposes weak egos. Here's what your brain is doing. If you don't send the message, nothing is confirmed. No rejection, no approval, no correction. You stay in possibility. Possibility feels safer than clarity because clarity forces movement. But while you protect your pride, your options shrink. Deadlines don't pause for hesitation. Silence during exam week isn't neutral. It compounds pressure. And when the panic hits, you say, "This week is insane." No, your delayed made it insane. Most anxiety during exam week comes from undefined requests. Everything feels urgent, everything feels catastrophic. But when you define what must happen to stabilize, what would be ideal, and what margin protects you from collapse, your tone changes automatically. Because now you're not reacting, you're positioning. Clarity reduces fear. Undefined panic amplifies it. And positioning yourself properly is what gives you leverage. This is where weak egos spiral hardest. No reply becomes they're ignoring me. They think I'm irresponsible. It's over. No, they're busy. The ability to follow up calmly without panic, without passive aggression, without emotional leakage, that's composure. And composure builds credibility. The 48-hour discipline isn't about chasing. It's about regulating yourself under uncertainty. If you can't regulate yourself when you don't have an answer, you'll collapse in bigger environments later. Exam week is practice. When you send vague requests, you're asking someone else to design your solution. That keeps you passive. But when you present, "Here's what happened, here's what I'm doing, here's my adjusted plan," you take ownership. Ownership feels risky because it makes you visible. But visibility creates leverage, and leverage changes outcomes. The frameworks are already built inside Chapter 7, but frameworks don't work if your ego refuses execution. Exam week didn't expose your intelligence. It exposed your tolerance for discomfort. You can either protect your pride or protect your position. You can either hide behind editing or move with clarity. Students who communicate build leverage. Students who hesitate build pressure. Your ego will always choose comfort. Growth requires exposure. Press send, adjust, move forward, and stop pretending Workload is the villain, avoidance is.